It's Bill again, and I'm going to work through something really kind of, I think, fun, really simple, and I kind of got the idea, well, from a couple different places, but one was a restaurant that I used to make these chicken wraps that were really good, and so I'm like, let me take some of that idea and some of my ideas and see what we can do. So this is going to be stuffed chicken breast wrapped in prosciutto. So I think it's going to be really good. So there are a couple things that you got to kind of do ahead of time. And because I didn't want you to sit here and watch me do everything, I kind of jumped ahead. First, I got my oven on 350. Second of all, I just have a couple cloves of garlic in here, and I'm just keeping it warm. I want to soften the garlic, and like I said, I'm kind of ahead of myself because I could be doing that while the chicken's in the oven, but I just wanted to show how that goes. Then what I did was I have a baking dish. I put a little olive oil, a couple tablespoons of olive oil, a couple tablespoons of butter in there. I threw it in the oven while I was heating up, took it out. The butter's almost melted, but I wanted to get it kind of back to room temperature. So trust me, when I put it in the oven, the butter's going to melt. So first thing I have is I have this gourmet cheese, and it comes in all sorts of different flavors. The price tag's still on it. $2 cheaper than every store I saw it at, so I was pretty impressed. This one's the shallot and chives. All the flavors are pretty good. It's kind of fun to work with this. But what I want to do is I let it kind of sit out here so it get a little soft, And I just need to add a little mozzarella cheese, grated mozzarella cheese to it. And I'm just stuffing 2 breasts, so I took about half of the Borson, so it's just a couple ounces. The package, it's like 5.2 ounces, so I probably about 3 ounces of cheese in here. It kind of holds together really good. I thought that when you put this stuff in the oven, it ran all over the place. It really doesn't. And I just need a little more. Could I put the bowl any further away? Okay, that looks like it's going to be just right. So we just want to make sure we've got a good mixture. And of course, it's all going to kind of melt together in the oven, right? Right. Alright, pretty happy with that. So I'll set this aside. I'm going to grab my chicken. So I know I've showed you this before, done a bunch of times on videos, but basically what I did is I've made a pocket here, okay? Trying to keep some kind of sanity in this kitchen. And just going to kind of smush it in here. The chicken's actually easier to cut if it's really cold, almost like a little frozen. And we're just going to kind of work that in. Pretty happy with that. So you're going to obviously want, chicken breasts that are big enough that you can cut. It's funny, I've made other recipes like this, and it's really a struggle to make any kind of pocket. And so if you think about what the skin side is, you're going to want to keep the skin side down so you don't lose everything. I'm just going to go a little crazy on this. We'll see what it looks like when I get out of the oven. I think I got just a little more room. Okay. Good enough. I'm gonna wash my hand real quick. Love these paper towels. So handy. Alright, so let's get this out of the way. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these in here. Already sounds good to me. Oops, don't lose it. Don't use it. We don't want to lose it yet. Just stick that on top. It's fine. And I've got my prosciutto. Now, when you go to the store and you get prosciutto, make sure they know how to cut it. You want it to be really, really thin. It needs to have sheets of plastic between every layer. And when you're separating it, you need to be really careful. I'm going to see, actually, kind of screw it. Work in progress. I forgot that they actually were big enough that I'm really going to wrap these. Because I want to keep that all together. Guy did a really great job of slicing this for me. I was really grateful that we actually got some nice big pieces. So I'm only going to need 2 pieces on each one of these. And you can see it's really thin. Once again, this is something you want to keep cold while you're working with it. Isn't that lovely? Alright, I'm going to move all my junk, wash my hands, and I'll show you. Clean piece of paper towel. Got it. Alright, so let me get this moved. Save that for another day. And these are really pretty, really nice, well wrapped. We want this to kind of crisp up. So I'm going to put it in the oven. It's going to be 350 for 30 minutes. And you're going to see that it's going to kind of crisp like bacon will. I don't know, I love prosciutto. I don't think I could eat a whole sandwich out of it, but it's very very defined flavor to it that I think is just really great in a lot of things. I just found another recipe that I'm going to actually try to use with it. So I need to get this in half hour, 350, and my garlic's still nice and roasty there. So because I really just want that garlic to really get soft and happy, and it's very fragrant. It's like, I saw, I've seen people like do this in like toaster ovens and like little ramekins with olive oil. But I just think this is really simple, and I don't want it to quite brown. I'm going to heat it up a little, get a little hotter in the end, and that might brown it up a little bit, but for right now I'm just trying to work those oils out to make the, just really, it's very fragrant here. I mean, you can smell garlic from end to end of this house. Alright, like I said, 30 minutes, I'll be back and we'll see what this looks like. We're back. Alright, so timer's done. I just turned off the oven to keep it warm, and the garlic's just nice and happy. It hasn't really browned, but it's just so fragrant. It's like, oh, it's so beautiful. Alright, so I'm ready for the next step on this. I'm turning up just a hair, because I had it on pretty low, just so it slowly kind of cooked that oil out. So now we're going to get it roasty. Just can't believe how wonderful this smells. There it goes. Alright, so I just had some cooked pasta. You can use whatever you want. I just thought it'd be more fun to use some kind of, this is like muscatini or whatever. Put it in there. Like I said, my goal is not really to destroy the garlic, burn it up. So I just thought it'd be really nice to have just a little bit of olive oil and garlic just to heat this up in. It's already thanking me because it's so happy. Oh, it smells really good. So once again, I'm not trying to, flambe it, so it's going to take a minute. Why that's a nice single file here. I got some peas that were frozen that I thawed out, just because I think a little color and sweetness. All that garlic and prosciutto and everything. And you might not be able to, but it is just kind of, you can hear it just kind of sizzling a little bit. Okay. Another world heard from. Really unhappy. Okay, so I'm going to turn this off. It's ready. I just want to get some of this on the bottom of my bowl. Just make a little layer here. Move that aside. I'm going to get a hot pad. Let's get this chicken. That look beautiful. So I did baste it once. Let's just the other way around. I did baste it because I didn't want the prosciutto getting too cooked. Whoops. Or overcooked. So this is really just pretty stuff. Tastes really good. So, how do you serve it? Take a little Italian parsley, throw it on top. Wow. Tastes really good. So, this really isn't complicated. It's just, you know, a little practice. I like the idea that we could just kind of throw it in the oven and do that whole thing, and man, that prosciutto and that chicken and that porcelain cheese and all that cheese and all that goodness really is delightful. So once again, please try these recipes and enjoy them. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask, and I really appreciate the comments and all the people out there subscribe and watching me on a regular basis, and hopefully they're learning a bunch of stuff and having fun. And I'm going to see you again next time with a great recipe. Have a great day.